Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're taking a bit of a drive and discussing what engine will be in the next 2021, the next generation WRX and WRX STI. I think this is a relatively hot topic because obviously we're expecting a new generation of WRX and STI in 2021. So I think that the engine that they choose and the platform and the numbers they make is going to have a huge impact on whether or not the WRX sells. And I think one of the things that we can all agree as WRX owners and WRX enthusiasts is the fact that these cars don't come with enough power out of the stock or power potential without issues, or, I mean, they're great cars, don't get me wrong, but they need more power. So let's talk a little bit about what the options are, what Subaru's most likely going to go with, and I'm going to do a little bit explaining about why I feel these things and why I think they're correct, because I think I have an insight as a manufacturing engineer that a lot of people don't when they're looking at these kinds of things. We're also going to talk about reports by different organizations and all the chatter and hubbub about the next generation WRX and STI. Let's start with the next generation WRX. Now, I think that what we're going to see, and this is the realist in me and the realist in everybody, is we're going to see another FA20 motor. My guess is it's going to come out with a little bit more power. I think that we're going to be coming out of the box with about 280, maybe 285 horsepower. That number is strictly me guesstimating what I think is going to happen, but I am confident, and I think that in general, the public is confident that the WRX will see another FA20 motor. They're going to stay on that platform. It's been a really successful platform. It does need some upgrades, and I think that if Subaru were to address the upgrades, it would be a much better engine, and it'd be easier to make more power and all those good things. That being said, why do I think it's going to stay with the FA20? Why does the public think the FA20 is going to stay in the WRX? And it's simply about production. So this engine has been in production for, what, 5 years now? Five full years, I guess 6 years, because it starts early. They've got it down. Subaru is selling a lot of cars right now, and they're not looking, if you look at car manufacturers as a whole, they're not taking these one-off projects. I mean, Toyota took the project with BMW to make the Supra, but they knew there was a crazy market there. If Subaru were to reinvest a lot of money in the WRX, then they need to knock the price up and really advertise this as a different car. Now, changing the engine and changing the platform, they're not trying to make it beat the STI. They actually want it to underperform against the STI so they can sell the STI as the better, bigger thing that costs more money and ultimately makes them more money. So it's something you have to consider as a WRX owner when you're hoping for the new generation WRX, is it's always going to underperform the STI, but Subaru's got to do that in a cost-effective way. Setting up new factories, re-engineering an engine, and doing all those things is not cost-effective when you think about it. And, hint, hint, what I'm about to talk about, if they were to put the FA24 in the STI, then having the FA24 in both cars and just detuning it for the WRX doesn't make sense either, because there's no longer a big selling point, because many people will just swap the turbo because they know the engine can already do it. And there's a fair amount of reasons why I'm confident that the WRX will not get the FA24. Nor will the WRX get a brand new engine. Subaru is not going to reinvent the wheel here. They have two engines, the FA20 and FA24. They've been vastly successful, very fuel-efficient engines. They're not going to reinvent here because they have all the building blocks and the foundation to make wonderful cars. So let's recap about the WRX. It's going to get the FA20 again. It's going to come with some benefits, a little bit more horsepower out of the box. Do I love it? I don't know. I wish it had the FA24. It just might mean that I need to get the STI when it comes out. Why is it going to stay with that? It's simply about production, manufacturing, and R&D, research and design, engineering costs. It's not worth it for Subaru to invest that money right now into these cars. I mean, when you go out and look at a base model WRX, they are selling after some, discounts and stuff when you negotiate for like $25,000 for a base WRX. They are not making enough money on these cars to put the time in to make this some crazy thing. Now, aesthetically, it might be a different car. Aesthetic changes are easier because you're talking about press molding, injection molding, plastics, ABS, all these things, thinner metals, a lot of press work, so it's easier to do some of these things. So for the WRX, it's strictly going to be a cost thing. Okay, let's talk about the STI, because that's the big one that I think Subaru needs to make a change with to stay competitive with the market and to keep up to date with everything. I think the STI doesn't necessarily need a lot of work, but it just needs to be different. And I think the current STI just isn't enough to compete with what's out there and compete with its competitors, honestly. I think that it lacks a power, performance, and maybe just a 0 to 60 number. That might sound silly, but like, look at the Golf R. That's a dad car or a mom car if there ever was one. And I think that, as I pull into this parking spot real quick, I think that the STI needs more power, and it needs a better platform. Not to say the current platform isn't bad, because getting an STI now is an awesome choice, something that I'm still considering myself, but I think it needs more power out of the box, and it just needs a new engine. So we know the EJ's gone. We're pretty much confident there are two options. The first option is that it's going to get the FA20 with lots of upgraded components inside, all types of goodies, and it's going to make a similar 315, 320 horsepower. But what's drastically different is it will make better gas mileage, and it'll be a more efficient engine. That also has its downsides, because that means the WRX will be very similar to what it is now, which might just be what the reality is. The other thing that could happen is that we could get the FA24 in the STI engine bay. And now the FA24 has been really successful with the Subaru Ascent, and I think it's altogether just a great engine. I've heard only great things about it. That being said, there's a significant amount of R&D and production work that would have to go into changing that engine to make it something better. Now, I do think there is a higher chance that the STI gets the FA24 engine, because they do need to make more power to stay competitive with the market and just stay competitive and be different from what they've been for so long. And I know there's a lot of people that will watch this video. Hopefully a lot of people are going to watch this video, but I know a lot of people that buy STIs, like the platform and all that good stuff. If they could see an STI come out with a 2021 badge that had 400 horsepower or like 380 horsepower, that car would sell. I mean, it would sell. I mean, hands down, Subaru, if you're listening to me, a 380 horsepower off the lot WRX STI, it would sell like no tomorrow. People would just buy. And I'm sure you guys agree, because that's real performance. That means people can buy that car and not modify it and break the warranty and still have crazy fun. Honestly, if they came out with a 380 to 400 horsepower WRX STI off the lot, like you could buy it and it would have that power, I'd buy one tomorrow and probably not do any engine modification, modify the crap out of everything else that I can do without breaking the warranty, and that would be my daily driver. Because I get the warranty and I get all the fun. So that's a real thing for me. Subaru, if you were listening, you should do that. Now, what's the likelihood of that? I think it could be pretty high, because the FA24 is already in production. And I think they do need to make the WRX and the WRX STI different, or the WRX and STI. I guess it's not a WRX STI anymore. The WRX and the STI need to be different. And I think that starts with a different engine, because you lose WRX owners if you put an FA20 in a STI, and you lose that gap between the two. And if you put an FA24 in there, you increase the gap and you gain new people, because it's got a new engine, more power. The modification and tuning community will have to take more time to get used to it and kind of build up their traction, but who cares? It'd be a crazy new car. So that's what I'm really hoping for. That's what I think that's going to be out there. If you guys think that it's something different, or they're going to come out with some crazy new stuff, drop it in the comment section below. If you know something that I don't, or the car community in general doesn't know, if you've got some inside information, or you know somebody that works at Subaru, if you know somebody, drop it in the comment section below. I think that we'd all be interested in learning what you have to say. If you guys agree with me, give me a thumbs up on the video. If you thought this was an enjoyable video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. And the video isn't over yet. You can see me in the background of my computer. Hey, guys, if you can see me, this is my hand. Hello. Hi. I'm editing the video now, and I didn't talk about the fact that it might not even come out in 2021. And a couple of you guys have been asking to see my editing suite, so I edit with DaVinci Resolve. I'm on 16. This is what my editing suite looks like. I don't want to go too far into it, but guys, the car might not even come out in 2021. I think it's going to. I can't promise anything. I hope it does, and I want to leave you guys with, if you think it's important that they come out with the 2021 and not wait another year, drop it in the comment section below, because I think they're going to lose a lot of us if they don't update this platform and make it more for us. Who agrees? Drop it in the comment section below.